Ohio boy pleading guilty to attempted involuntary manslaughter for their son's death. Monica Hussing and William Robinson confessed to denying their son medical treatment, telling a judge they just didn't have the money to pay for it. Willie Robinson died from Hodgkin's lymphoma. His parents now face up to 8 years behind bars. Our legal panel is here. Kirsten Wilson joins us, a trial attorney and former prosecutor, and Fox News legal analyst Mercedes Colvin. Mercedes, were these charges appropriate?
Undoubtedly. There is so much evidence that these parents knew that there was something very seriously wrong with their child. There was a family member that consistently, the aunt of the child, consistently told their mother, you have to take that child to the doctor. There's something very wrong with this child. You had a social worker who consistently told the parents, there's something very wrong with your child. Go seek medical attention. And not only that, just the symptomology that child had, who, by the way, also pled to his parents to take him to the doctor.
Yeah.
He had precipitous weight loss. He had night sweats. He had fevers and swollen glands. How can you say after weeks and weeks, months and months go by, this is just a bad cold?
Kirsten,
that's what the mother said to the defense attorney.
Kirsten, while
undoubtedly,
prosecutors saying while the boy suffered, the family, meanwhile, the parents paid an $87 bill to have the pit bull dog, their pet, treated for fleas. Doesn't that tell us something about what was going on there?
I don't know. I mean, there was some, first of all, there was a discrepancy about the flea treatment, whether they paid for it or not. But regardless, the reports from the family are that the glands were swollen, but they would dissipate. They would go away. So they would start to notice swollen glands. They would treat them. The family was concerned. They would medicate the child, and then the swollen glands would go away. They had 5 children. This couple had 5 children, didn't have an enormous amount of means, and when they would start to notice there were issues like the swollen glands, they would monitor them, they would disappear.
You don't think that's negligence? I mean, look, nobody's accusing them of murder, not even manslaughter, but attempted involuntary manslaughter, which is basically being a negligent parent. I mean, I'm a parent. If my daughter's had a hangnail, you know, I run to the doctor. And by the way, Kirsten, I mean, the law is such that you take a child or anybody to a hospital, and by law, a medical center or hospital has to treat them at no cost.
Right, but it's a gross deviation from what a normal person would do. And a gross deviation isn't, negligence is one thing. When you actually look at the definition of negligence as a gross deviation, when do we want to get involved as a society in regulating what are discretionary calls by a family? And this family, it's not as if they were just ignoring him. Well, they did know.
Mercedes?
But they
These parents knew from all the evidence that we know about this family knew. Those parents knew there was something very wrong with these children. That is clearly negligence. There was foreseeability that there was something very wrong with their child. Get that child to medical attention.
And Mercedes,
that's what the child needed.
I think everybody knows in the United States that if you go to a hospital, the hospital is going to treat you. They may ask for a payment, but they're going to still treat you.
Exactly.
But they knew there was something wrong with this one child, and they were medicating the child at home. And do we want to actually insert ourselves as a society into monitoring what every parent does? And when you look at sentencing, we're looking at general deterrence, specific deterrence, rehabilitation, and penalization.
How about deterrence? This sends a message, doesn't it, Mercedes? All parents out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a huge message out there. You as a parent have a responsibility to your child. You can't plead ignorance. You can't plead poverty. You have a duty to your child, and if there's something wrong, get treatment for that child immediately.
Mercedes.
And don't say, woe is me, I had 5 children. Woe is me, I don't have money. You know
I'm jealous,
what? Exactly
Mercedes, you're in San Francisco.
Get them to the doctor, an emergency room. They will get the medical treatment they need.
Got it. I'm up against a hard break, guys. Thanks very much. Mercedes Colvin, Kirsten Wilson, thanks very much.
Thank you.
And we're going to be right back. We're going to take a look at the Golden Globes. It's happening tonight, you know.